morning. My name is Alexandra. I want to welcome all of you to Straight Talk with Greg Middleton. Today's segment is titled, Rachel Wants to Learn More About God, starring Greg, Charley, and Rachel. Let us begin.
Hi folks. This is Charley and welcome to Straight Talk with me. Not this guy called Greg Middleton. He's my guest and my pal. Charley? The #1 talk show host in all the land. Thank you. Thanks. Hear that applause, Greg?
Charley.
Just kidding. It was funny. Keep your socks on, Pops. I was just expressing how happy I am that you provided me with this opportunity to have my own show, so I can reach out directly to the children of the world. Before I met Rachel, I didn't realize that there were so many children in the world, suffering so deeply, and it wasn't even their fault. Since the younger children were so freshly born, coming to earth, I thought, we were protected by the Lord, and kept away from harm, while we could not protect ourselves. I never realized that some of us were placed in families and situations that are just plain out harmful. Rachel's situation is terrible, but from what I am hearing, she is not the worst case. There are children who are born to homeless mothers, drug addict mothers, prostitutes, born deep within war zones, or even born in families where they are molested by the people who God assigned to protect them, including some really sleazy parents. For the life of me, I cannot understand such things. Maybe one day, we can have those conversations as well, but for now I have some really great news.
What is it, Charley?
Well, after our last conversation with Rachel, she has started getting a little weird. She seemed to always be in deep thought, or something. When we were playing in the past, she was always full of energy, because she wanted to vent her frustrations from what was going on in her life. Now, she is different. Even though we still play, and ride our bikes and skateboards and stuff like that, I see her in deep thought. Like she is more confused now than she was before. Can you explain to me what that is all about? I mean, I did not want to lose a great friend, I only wanted to help her like you helped me. Did we make a mistake with her?
Charley, no, Charley. We didn't make a mistake. Whenever people meet God for the first time, that is the normal reaction. Some are very defiant because they don't want to make a change. But others experience changes in their heart because that is God causing things to warm up from inside of them. When the hearts become receptive to receiving the Lord, He comes right in and starts making a space for Him in their hearts. He set up shop inside. Now, it takes a man a bit longer to process things, so that is why Rachel is experiencing what she is going through right now. The Lord is doing it right from inside of her. Trust me, Charley, Rachel is in very capable hands, and she's just learning for the first time what real love feels like. It can be a weird feeling if you hadn't experienced it before. Even though it's great, it makes you feel like your feet ain't even touching the ground. Feels like you're floating up in the air, and oh, what a great feeling that is. It was different for you because you've always known nothing but love from the very beginning. It wasn't something that you had to get used to. Now imagine if you had been born in water and all you knew was how to breathe in water. If all the water suddenly slowly disappeared, then it would force you to learn how to breathe out of water after all the water was gone. Even though you eventually learn, it's an adjustment. Now perhaps that's a bit more complicated of an example of what Rachel is experiencing right now, but eventually you'll get my drift.
What do you mean I will eventually get it? I'm smart. I get it because I am really smart.
Now don't you get too full of yourself, young fella. That could lead to a most dangerous path. Trust me, I've been down that pathway before, and it leads to all sort of devious things. When you are too full of yourself, there's very little room for God to live in your heart, because it's all occupied. Now, I don't see that in your future, Charley, but it's always safe to squash down that pride and keep it under check. This is just a word of caution to you, my young friend.
I get that too, because I am really, really smart. Just kidding. Pops, where is your sense of humor? You should know me by now, I like kidding around. It's a lot of fun watching your face get all smirky. Don't worry, the Lord is safely inside of me, and I don't even want to do anything to cause him to run out of room in my heart.
Charley, I love you too.
I know it, because I am really, really,
Okay, I get it. You are really, really smart, and funny, and joyful, and all that good stuff. That's the result of having the fruit of the Spirit live in you, boy. And what's that on your face?
What is it? What are you talking
It's your
about?
nose, you little firecracker. I got you back, you little smarty pants.
You're the best, Greg. I knew there was something about you that I love so much. It must be the God that lives in you.
You got that right, you little whippersnapper. Now where is Rachel? I need to work on her a bit more while she's going through this transformation process. This could take a little while, but I need to let her know exactly what to expect. Now go bring her to me, boy. Now go on.
Rachel, here is my Pops.
I thought we were to call him Greg.
Hey! I decided that it would be more respectful to him, if we call him Pops. Because he feels like a pop to me. You will get to feel that way too, but for now, why don't you call him Pop?
I just got used to calling him Greg, which felt funny addressing an adult. But if it is okay with Greg to call him Pop, then I will just get used to something new all over again. Hi, Pop.
You kids just don't know how much y'all make this old man feel to be addressed as Pop. I guess I must be doing something right to get this kind of love from the both of you. Shucks, y'all. Y'all gonna make this old man come to tears.
Sorry.
Don't cry.
Sorry, Pop.
So sorry, Pops.
No. It's all good. Better than you can ever know. Now that's all God just doing what he always do. And that is why we love him so much. Now give me a little time with Rachel, Charley, if you don't mind.
Don't mind at all. Pops, I'll just go outside and ride my bike for a while so you can tell Rachel a thing or two, or three, or four, or
Be
whatever.
careful out there, Charley.
I will. Out of here.
Now go on, little fella.
See ya.
Get out of here. Hi, my little sweet child. It's so good to see you again. Charley tells me that you seem to be going through some things in your mind. Would you care to talk them over with me?
Well, Pops? If you don't mind me calling you, Pops.
It's all good, child. Keep talking.
Well, I've been having these feelings that I can't explain. I'm really not sad, but I'm really not happy either. I just feel weird, and I don't know how to explain it.
Well, let me see if I can help you out, Rachel. I know exactly what's going on, and I'm going to tell you about it right now. You see, I went through something very similar quite a few years back when I was a young adult. I had gotten too full of myself that I was doing all sort of weird things of a sinful nature. The Lord moved on my heart, and it caused me to feel exactly what you're feeling right now. I didn't know how to explain it, so it took me years to figure out all by myself what was going on. Now, all I had for help was this raggedy old Bible, all dusty and musty. I picked it up and started to read it, and after a while, I couldn't get enough of what I was reading. Felt like those pages were just turning into water, and I was just drinking and drinking. I was so thirsty that I could not stop drinking. I would sit up in my apartment all day long just reading and reading. It became a habit of mine. I got to the point, after a while, all I wanted to do was read my Bible. Now later I found out that was God himself who had come down to teach me through his written word.
Really? Did you see God? What does he look like? Tell me. Tell me. Please, please.
No.
Please.
Hold on. Just hold on a minute now. No, I did not see God. But the closest I came to having a real experience was watching the hairs on my arm rise up. And I got this feeling that I just couldn't quite explain. Something engulfed me. I got the shivers, and I knew then that I had broken through. God had finally broken through these hardened walls that I had used to block him out. I guess the word is what did all that. I couldn't get enough of this stuff about God after that. I tried to attend a few churches, but the people there felt funny to me. Felt like so many people were there just because it was a popular thing to do. But it wasn't like that for me. I was so thirsty and hungry for the knowledge of God, I could not make myself stay in those places. I tried to find one that was better, but it was tough because it made me lose some of my respect for God's own house. That really bothered me. But as time went on, God made it right and showed me his way. He ministered directly into my heart, and for that I am so grateful. Once God got hold of me, I haven't been able to shake him loose. And I never want to shake him loose. Not ever again.
Wow. I want some of that. Can you teach me? Charley seems to be a lot like you, but a much younger version. Oh, I didn't mean to disrespect you.
It's all good, child. Charley got me used to it by now. You kids express things differently than us old geezers. But it's all good. And yes, I would be so happy to share with you what God shared with me. The only problem with that is, before long, you won't need me anymore. Just like God did it to me and millions of other believers, he will send down his helpmate to be with you and live in you and teach you the most incredible things that you do not know. Now, I can promise you that. But I will still be your friend and your pop if you wish to still call me that.
That's great. This is really exciting. I never felt this good before. I'm gonna be taught by God himself. I can't wait to tell Charley. Hey Charley? Charley?
Rachel! Well gone, girl. I guess the spirit must be moving in. And it's all good. To God be the glory. Selah.